Registration can be done on the day of the auction, or alternatively, the agent will send you a link that allows you to pre-register, which means you can just turn up on auction day and collect your bidder's card. I would recommend turning up 10 to 30 minutes prior to auction. The property will be open for inspection, and you just want to allow yourself some time to arrive, have one last good look around, complete your registration, and be nice and calm before the auction begins. To register to bid at auction in New South Wales, you need some identification that includes your full name and your address. Ideally, a driver's license and an electronic license through your Service New South Wales app is acceptable. If you don't have a driver's license, then something from a statutory authority such as a rates notice or a bank statement can also be used to register. If you want to bid at auction but you're unable to attend on the day, there's a couple of different ways you can certainly get around that. Firstly, you can complete an authority from a McGrath agent to bid on your behalf over the phone. So they'll be on the phone to you during the auction and you'll instruct them to place bids on your behalf. Alternatively, you can complete an authority to bid for someone you know to represent you on the day. And that might be a family member, a friend, or an industry professional such as a real estate agent or a buyer's agent, and they will again place bids as per your instruction. If you are looking to register and bid and buy at auction on behalf of a company, including a self-managed super fund, the process is slightly more involved than registering just as an individual. You will need to provide us with an ASIC extract showing the company's status and who the directors of the company and the office holders are. We will then need an authority, ideally on company letterhead, from the company and those directors authorising someone to bid on that company's behalf. Now, often that means a director of a company is going to authorise themselves as the individual to bid on behalf of that company, but that needs to be provided on auction day for you to be able to represent that company and execute contracts on their behalf. So if you've already sold your own property and there's a deposit sitting in a real estate agent's trust account and you'd like to use that deposit for the purchase of another property, generally that is fine, but it needs to be approved before auction day. The reason for that is the solicitor needs to confirm that you've been given permission from your purchaser to allow for what's called release of deposit. Now that needs to be approved to allow the funds to transfer from one trust account to another. So it can be done, but you need to organise it before auction day. Any changes you'd like to make to the terms of the contract should ideally be done from your solicitor to the vendor solicitor prior to auction day. And you're looking to have written approval from the vendor solicitor for exactly what they are going to allow. If you turn up and you haven't had those changes approved, you can request on the day for some of the more common changes, which might be a reduction in deposit from 10% to 5%, and it might be a different settlement term from the standard one that's on the contract. If those terms have been afforded to another buyer, then there's a reasonable opportunity we'll also be able to afford them to you on auction day. But we highly recommend having a look at making those changes before the day. Well, the short answer is no. Auction day is an unconditional sale. So the acquisition and perusal of a building report, a strata report, or of course having your solicitor go through the contract for sale, and equally having your finance approved should all happen prior to auction day. They are very important steps to put you in a position to bid well and bid confidently at the auction.